Better Call Saul Season 6 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important. If you aren't caught up to the point where I am, rewatching or watching Better Call Saul, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description for you. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And to help out the channel, if you're a fan of Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul and you want to help me out with that YouTube algorithm, please consider smashing that like button. If you want to share this video with anybody you know or put it on any of your social media platforms, please do so. I'm not necessarily asking you to, but hey, it would help. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Better Call Saul. What would you rate the episode? Whom would be your character of the episode? Is there anything that I missed? I know Better Call Saul has Easter eggs, and sometimes I'm not paying attention because I'm typing stuff down. I miss those things sometimes. Leave those in the comment section. Let me know what I missed. Let me know what I fucked up. It's fine. And of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your support, and be a part of something special. This will be Better Call Saul Season 6, Episode 8. Title of this episode is called Point and Shoot. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. And all this stuff I just said, I recorded before watching the episode. The episode title is Point and Shoot. Who's gonna get shot? Oh boy. Okay, now I've watched the episode. We start off on a beach. We see a shoe being pushed around by waves. Seems to be Howard Hamlin's things. And then the other shoe is washed ashore. It's in the sand. Also, Howard Hamlin's car with the license plate Namaste is also there. His ring and wallet are in the car. Jimmy and Kim were back to the house or the apartment, are terrified after just seeing Howard Hamlin shot by Lalo Sanamaka. Lalo tells them to focus and sit, all calm and cool like Lalo is. He wants them to go to a house, guessing Gus's safe house. He wants Jimmy to take the gun that he has in the glove compartment in his car to the safe house and point and shoot when someone answers the door. Then take a picture of the dead body and come back with it. Jimmy actually says to send Kim. If the guy sees a woman, he'll open the door. For Kim, another guy, he might not open the door. So Jimmy has a good logic there. I'm not sure why he said that, though, what his reasoning would be. But nonetheless, Kim is freaking out over this. She pleads that she can't do it. And Jimmy says, you got to go. So Kim was going to leave without her shoes. But Lalo was so nice enough to point that out. And she grabbed her shoes. And she has 1 hour starting now. And then after she leaves, Lalo zip ties Jimmy's hands, his legs, and everything to a chair. He has him sit down. And then zip ties him a bunch of things to the chair. Jimmy tries to get out of it, but it's unsuccessful. He just falls over and lays on the ground next to Howard Hamlin's body. But Lowell, before that, tells Jimmy about all the people he knows that got killed at his place, because after he talked to Jimmy, he went back home, and then all that shit happens. And he leaves and says he'll be back. Wants the whole story, because he knows he's lying when he comes back, as he was very suspicious that he met Jimmy through Nacho Varga. Kim is pretty freaked out while making the drive to the house. Pulls over, she's at a stoplight, and she rolls down her window and almost talks to some cops at a red light. I guess stoplight, I meant red light, not a red stop sign. Kim arrives at the house. She rings the doorbell as the tension really builds. The door opens, but all of a sudden somebody comes from behind and pushes Kim into the house. We find out that Mike is the one that pushed Kim in the house. Mike said for Kim to calm down. Mike asks Gus if he heard all that because he's been talking to Kim about what's going on. And Mike tells Gus to stay right there where he's hiding on the other half of the safe house, underground, or wherever it is. Lalo Sanamaka is actually parked outside the laundromat in Saul's car, gets out and goes inside, or tries to get inside, and then Gus takes his tie off and makes a call. He calls Kim and asks why Lalo sent her. she mentions her husband was supposed to go, but he talked Lalo out of it. And by that, Gus repeats he talked him out of it with a very surprised look, like, you don't talk Lalo Sadamaka out of something. So Mike and Tyrus are at Kim and Jimmy's place, and eventually they enter the building. Gus actually goes to the laundromat with little to no backup, and then shots are fired in the laundromat. Lalo Sadamaka has killed all of the henchmen that were with Gus. It's just Gus and Lalo. Mike arrives inside Jimmy's. Mike needs to know where Sadamaka went and how long he's been gone. Jimmy does answer that question, and then Mike just kind of takes off. Lalo is videotaping Gus with his gun drawn on him, and then eventually Lalo shoots Gus at close range in his chest. Of course, Gus is wearing a bulletproof vest, and I think Lalo knew that. I'm pretty sure he did. He felt him. He was patting him down. And then Gus and Lalo enter the soon-to-be super meth lab. Lalo is still videotaping this, says it's pretty badass. He says all this time Gus was building an empire, but he was actually building a tomb. And then Gus calls all the Salamakas the worst vermin of all. And then Lalo says Gus has some big talk as he was mentioning that he was going to bury all of the Salamakas until Hector was the only one left. And then Gus makes the lights go off and goes for the gun he had hidden and shoots Lalo with all the rounds in the gun. Really? Already? Holy shit. So Lalo is in really bad shape. A lot of the bullets went to his throat area as Gus looks down at Lalo, and Lalo dies. I believe he was trying to laugh as he died. Lalo was able to shoot Gus in the side, the lower left side as well. And then we see Gus call his employee at Los Poros Hermanos and says he won't be in today. Family emergency. He needs him to act as store manager, open and close today and tomorrow, and do the schedule. Lyle has no problem with any of Gus' requests. And then Mike is mad at Gus, wants to know how he knew Lalo was at the laundromat. Gus says he didn't know for sure, but it was kind of like I had a gut feeling. And Mike says he wants to know everything next time. Like, don't do this shit next time. Let him know. Call him. And then Kim arrives back at her place. Mike is taking their fridge as they're putting Howard Hamlin's dead corpse in it. But the good news is Jimmy's and Kim are getting a new refrigerator, stainless steel. And Mike tells Jimmy that Lalo is not coming back. He doesn't actually tell him that he's dead, but I'm sure they probably can decipher that. And Mike tells them about what he's going to do with Howard, or I should say what he's going to do with Howard's car and some of his possessions, and that what they should do in terms of go with their normal routine, go to work, pretend like nothing happened. And then at the end, Mike tells them that none of this ever happened. Jimmy says, I understand, and Kim says it never happened. And then we see Lalo and Howard Hamlin are being buried in the meth lab. Mike stops it for a second to take Howard's ring, wallet, and shoes off him. And then Tyrus uses the forklift to bury Howard and Lalo in the meth lab, or soon to be super meth lab. So what a crazy episode. I didn't think we would get this moment in this particular episode, but Lalo Sadamaka is now dead. So we are confirmed without Lalo. He was such a good character, very charismatic, and I really like Lalo's character. As far as my score of this episode, well, because I wasn't expecting this craziness in this particular episode, it's a 10 out of 10. I don't see how it couldn't be. The tension was really good in it, with Kim going to the house before that, freaking out that Jimmy wanted her to do it, and we'll have to get Jimmy's explanation of why he said that she should do it, unless he just wanted to get her out of there, away from Lalo, which might be the case, or Jimmy kind of knew what was going to happen. But crazy episode. As far as the character of the episode, I mean, you can give it to Lalo. You can give it to Gus. I'm going to give the character of the episode to Gus Fring, just because how he was with Lalo, what he did, the end result of what he did, sheer craziness. Loved it. Better Call Saul is back with a bang, and we might even get a more crazier episode in the next episode. Who knows what they're going to do? So you've heard me ramble long enough. Now, of course, it's your turn. First of all, if you're a fan of Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad, smash that like button. It really does help out with the YouTube algorithm. Share this video with anybody you want or any of your social media platforms. Sound off in the comments section about what your thoughts are on the episode. Like I mentioned before, your score, your character of the episode, any random Easter eggs that I missed, because I do miss shit like that. Make sure you let me know what the fuck I missed. And of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, share your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.